Tonight, a story about a new leader in the Little Rock community who encountered hard life lessons growing up, only to make a complete 180-degree change.
Channel 7's Justin Lewis is here to tell us more about this person that Little Rock residents are likely to see quite often in the days and months to come.
Right, and hearing that, they may be surprised at who the story is about, but I think they'll find it quite uplifting. This is the backstory of a man who was heavily involved in gangs as a teen, but today spends his time changing the lives of kids, and he's the new superintendent of Little Rock School District. As he walks into his new office, it symbolizes the next step in a lifelong journey for Little Rock Superintendent Dr. Dexter Suggs.
Years ago, if you would have told me I'd be sitting here as superintendent when I was doing my knucklehead stuff, I would have looked at you like you were crazy.
Suggs comes to Little Rock after working his way up to Chief of Staff of the Indianapolis Public Schools, a district he's worked at since 2004. To find out more about just how far the man has come in life, let's rewind 30 years, where a lost Dexter Suggs was on the streets of St. Louis.
I became actively involved in gang situation. It was very violent. You heard gunshots, drug deals on the corner, drive-bys. That was just the way of life. I didn't know anything else.
His actions as a teenage gang member forced harsh consequences early on in life.
Shot a couple times, head busted open, and that's just basically the surface of it.
As a gifted athlete, Suggs found a new light and a tunnel out of what he labeled the hood. Going on to Southern Illinois University on a track scholarship, his near encounters with death made him realize he needed to follow a different path.
And it has helped shape me as a person. You get shot a couple of times, it's a wake-up call. And people always ask, what turned your life around? Why did you decide? I didn't want to die.
Before long, Suggs enlisted in the Army, where he was soon sent to the Arabian Desert and the battlegrounds of Iraq, where different enemies targeted his life.
During that particular time, it was awakening. That's when I decided to become an educator, because you have a lot of time to engage in what I call intrapersonal communication, talking within oneself, and just basically, what do you want to do with your life?
At age 44, Dr. Suggs told me he's probably lived about 7 lives at this point, seeing many things over time that none of us could imagine. And he believes that's something that could help him cope with many of Little Rock's youth.
It's not about Dexter Suggs. It's about you taking care of the mission that you've been sent to do in this lifetime.
Along with his veteran leadership and strict sense as an educator, Suggs also brings his wife and 3 children ages 17, 15, and 10 to Little Rock. As a former principal, Suggs had a no-nonsense reputation of turning rough schools into model schools.
The organizational component of the military, the no-nonsense approach that the military taught me, the attention to detail, and putting the mission first and staying focused to the mission.
Also, a few other fun things about Dr. Suggs you may not know. He's an avid weightlifter, enjoys putting together models, especially some of the more difficult levels, and he also signed to play football and run track at Jackson State University out of high school, but opted instead to go to Southern Illinois and run track. So this is someone you're going to see around town a lot,
right.
And I'm sure someone that'll be making a large impact around Little Rock.
And really someone who really beat the odds with the way he started out.
Definitely, and I think it'll be a true inspiration to a lot of kids in this district.
Absolutely. Justin Lewis, thank you.